Yeah.
So this, before we start, this is just a random prediction from a random person on Twitter. I just wanted to you all guys to visualize how, if certain scenarios happen, what happens to certain teams. So this is this is a scenario which is made by some random person. So he has mentioned in his predicted group standings most of the teams which we agree: in Group A, Netherlands; in B, England; C, Argentina; D is a bit. He has gone with Denmark, but I think most of us feel France would be the D winners, right? Oz? Your thoughts
Yeah.
about France? They have a solid team. Any thoughts about them?
Yeah, they do have a good side, and you know the pedigree that they carry, right? And leading into this, the only thing is the curse of being champions coming into another World Cup, which is the biggest mind game that you have to play, more than the game you play on the ground. You have this big weight on your shoulders as well, so that is a big issue. But I still see France topping the
Yes.
table.
And just to say, France, the only problem which I see is their midfield. I know there is a lot of pedigree, Chouameni, Camavinga, but the experience is not there. That's the
Right.
only thing, which might be important going up against such favorites like Argentina, Brazil, who have a lot of experience compared to them. So that is the only problem. Group E is a interesting group host as well. Spain, Germany in the same group. What are your
Right.
thoughts? What do you think?
I think the opening match or something is between Spain and Germany in that group, and that is going to decide the table eventually. And I guess Spain and Germany will go through. Spain first and Germany second for me.
Okay. Okay. So
What do you?
just to, yeah, just to give you a heads up, if any one of those who complete, like, come second in the group E, have a comparatively easier round, if I might say, compared to if you come first. So here in the diagram you can see, if Spain finish first, they play against either Brazil in the quarterfinals, and then semifinals. If they qualify, they play against Argentina. So both the
Hmm.
favorites currently in the World Cup. So I
Right.
don't know if it's right, but they would be aiming to finish second, because if you finish
Mhm.
second, then you go to the
Right.
other side of the table,
Right.
where there are
Right.
less, yes, where there are less well-known teams like Qatar, maybe Qatar, or Croatia, or maybe the secondary teams which you consider general. So
Hmm.
if this will be key,
Very
whoever
few
finishes.
big guns, like except for England and England, there is no one there. On the other side, you have Brazil, Argentina, France, like too many good teams
Like,
to come up
yes,
against.
yes. So probably that is what, this will be an important qualifying group, and I hope everyone takes note of it. Group F: Croatia, Belgium. So again, two big teams. Croatia has been looked good. Belgium in this big tournaments do not play good, or as they are expected to play. Generally, they
Hmm.
bottle it out and
Yeah.
everything. So, who's
This is
your
the
thoughts
last.
about?
This is the last chance for the golden generation of Belgium. And coming into this tournament, the likes of Lukaku are not coming in form. So that is a big concern. And but I expect them to qualify probably second, Croatia first, and Belgium second for me, I feel. And yeah,
Yes, looks like that as of now, but interesting to see how that turns out. Group G, clear favorites: Brazil, who are again nothing to say much about. Group H, again a very good group: Uruguay, Portugal, South Korea. All three teams not firing on their best. So an interesting team. Every team has those kind of match winners who can turn games around. But interesting to see who would stand out on their day. So again,
right.
Group H. Any predictions? Hoes? Any predictions?
So I think Portugal will top and Uruguay will come second.
Okay. Similar thinking, mine as well. So, Jose, I wanted to ask you three questions. First of all, who is your winner? Who do you expect to be the winner of this World Cup?
On paper, I think Brazil has the best team. Yeah, so I expect Brazil to win, but the only issue is they come into this. Like if you reach the final, you'll have to face Portugal, Spain, Argentina. So that is huge. Like three huge matches you have to win to just to reach the finals, which is bit tough. But if you see the other side, someone like in England has a very easy task to get into the finals. So that is also something which we should consider in this World Cup rather than just the teams. But I feel that Brazil have, the pedigree, the team, the depth to win this, and they are clearly my favorites to win the World Cup.
Yes. No wonder under Tite, they have got the best out of Neymar. All those key players, they have looked like a team. It doesn't look like there is any ego clash or any kind of thing like that. Everyone looks very involved and they are happy to play each other. So it's very good to see. Again, on paper, Brazil is the favorite, but I still think this is the World Cup where Messi finally wins it. So
Uh,
probably it will be interesting to see that as well, because again both the favorites Brazil and Argentina for me have a very tough run of fixture, as you said, host mentioned. And apart from that, any of the European teams you think can challenge it, maybe a France or England, Spain, someone?
I wouldn't be surprised because England is not going into this World Cup with that hype that they had last time, and so you never know. Like I wouldn't be surprised if England reaches the final, and it's just a single match, and we know that England has the quality like players. We see it week in and week out in the Premier League, so it wouldn't surprise me if they win the World Cup in that way. Or else, for me, France is the next European side that I would pick.
For me, I don't know, for some reason I feel Spain is very good, but again if they finish at the top of that group, it will be very difficult for them. So yeah, again the second question was, who are your dark horses for this World Cup?
For me, I'm sure most of the people wouldn't realize it. For me, I feel Netherlands have a outside chance of winning this World Cup. They have Van Dijk, De Jong, the likes of Depay, Capco up front. So they are probably the dark horses. They, alongside Belgium, who have always been the dark horses throughout their entire life cycle in the World Cup. I guess they have always been. These two sides have always been very, unfortunate in situations. Netherlands, especially, are someone like a South Africa in terms of cricket. Like they reach the final, but they can't win it. So those two teams are probably my dark horses.
Yes. For me, if let's concentrate on Group D. If by any chance Denmark top the group, then Denmark are my dark horses. I've seen that team perform in Euros. I've seen that team recently playing really well. So I don't know. There is a itchy feeling about them. Denmark might just, if they finish top of their group, it just might be uh, their World Cup, like just to go in deep as possible. And yeah, as was mentioned, Netherlands is nevertheless, considering the team, and last time they didn't qualify in the 2018 World Cup and everything, so it's looking good. And the final question was, who do you think will be the Golden Boot winner for this
This
World
is a
Cup?
very tough question considering the amount of talent we have up front, the likes of Karim Bai, Mbappe. I'm really looking forward to see how they will share the goals. Will Mbappe show his ego, or will um, Karim Benzema show his magic like he has done in the last 2 years? So it's a tough call. Harry Kane there as well. The likes of the big guns of Messi and Ronaldo being there as well, Lewandowski being there as well. So very big names. And we forgot to mention Neymar, who seems to be in the form of his life. And so for me, it's very tough. It's very tough call, but I would go for Mbappe.
Good shot, good shout. So Mbappe plays in Group D again. Tunisia, Australia. So in the recent years, what we have seen is generally a player who scores early goals, like in those group
Right,
games. Even if he scores around 4 to 5 goals, generally he goes on to win that game. So again,
right.
as you said, France has a good shout. If they outscore Tunisia, Australia, it will be a good start to him with them, and Mbappe would be definitely looking at it. For me, I just think Kane. Again, if England win the Group B, it's a very easy route for them. Kane is their main man. He has been in form this season, scoring a lot for Tottenham as well. So again, my pick is Kane for the Golden Boot winner. Yeah. Apart from that, as you said, it's a very tough call, and I think the goals will be distributed, because most of the top teams have multiple goal scorers. You
Mm.
can't say he is the main goal scorer.
Right,
So
right.
the focus has been shifted. So yeah, so that's it for our FIFA World Cup. In our podcast, like, we'll be doing weekly podcast as usual, but we also do daily Instagram reels and YouTube shorts on whatever things are happening. Currently we are doing our series 40 seconds to know your team, where we take one team from each group and we are posting a daily reel. So yeah, head over on to our social medias, like on our YouTube here and Instagram, where you can follow those
Yeah.
videos and
Also,
get to know.
also just to add one more thing, Mayur picked this from a random Twitter handle, which eventually he wanted to see because he wanted his god Messi to win the World Cup, and he told me he took it from a random Twitter page. I think he only found this out and he only made this graphics. So everyone enjoy the World Cup. We'll be around. We'll be viewing matches like teams, and you can catch all the action in Geo Cinema and Sports 18.
If you stay in India, that is.
Yeah, right.
Yes, yes. So
Okay.
that's it for this World Cup videos, World Cup edition. Now, just to quickly end our podcast today with the final